Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It is day 110 on the PCT with Dion. That is the Mazama Market General Store. I got 1 mile of a blue blaze to get up to Crater Lake. When I get up to Crater Lake, then I'll be walking the blue blaze instead of the PCT, which goes along Crater Lake. Probably about 20 plus miles today. It's going to be a great day. A little chilly this morning, but it is. Beautiful blue skies again. Waiting for the restroom to open up at the general store here in about 10 minutes. So day 110 is going to be another great day. All right, ladies and gentlemen, day 110. See this road? I got to walk a mile to get to the PCT. Once I get to the PCT, I got to walk a couple miles. Then I'm taking the alternative in Crater Lake. So let's see if I can hitch. I don't want to walk a mile on the road. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back on the PCT for about 1.5 miles. And then, like I said, I'm taking that blue alternate, still a continuous footpath. Just I wanted to get closer to Crater Lake. I'd say a majority of PCT thru hikers take the alternate, which is closer to Crater Lake. So, all right, let's get going. Show you some sights of Crater Lake here in just a little bit. Day 110, this is Castle Creek. It is our last source of water for 14 miles. So we're gonna carry 3 liters for now, get everything prepped. Okay, that's the PCT going down that way. I turn, I take the Dutton Creek Trail or the Caldera Rim Trail. Going up this way. It's an alternate, but it's still that continuous footpath. Like I said, there's not water till I get off of the rim trail, about 14 miles. So we got 3 liters, we'll be fine. Well, look at this beautiful sight. Crater Lake. It's gonna be epic. Awesome. Ran out of words. So the alternate goes down there, and I am going to be walking along there, all the way along there, and it's going to be phenomenal. This is how I get to hike along. Day 110, pictures do not do it justice. Walking along this stone wall because this is a national park and there's a lot of people up here. So they haven't seen the things I've seen. I'd like to live on that island right there. So these folks here just come along the trailhead. Hey, they're like, hey, you want a cold water or sparkling something? So I got myself sparkling something because I love it. Thank you, guys. Shout out goes to these guys. Susie and Marie and their husbands, but they don't really, that's those guys. We're just walking along the rim trail here and they're just saying, hey, you want this, you want that? So I got more food. My wife will like that. That way I won't be below 160. See you guys, thank you. This is our water source. Trail Angels provide water cache. It was a 10-mile carry, and I believe this same Trail Angel does a water cache 9 miles from here. So appreciate the Trail Angels and our water caches. All right, day 110. That is the trail that we came down out in front there. That's the rim trail. Came back to the Pacific Crest Trail. Went southbound a little bit to just get that water. Headed out there. Next water cache is in 9. So we'll see. See how far I'm gonna go today. Not sure. I can do anywhere from 20 to 30. Let's go. I tell you what, the sights on the rim trail were phenomenal. Crater Lake, phenomenal. We are still in Crater Lake National Park. Up here a little ways, it stops the national park. Day 110. Good thing is, when I got to that water source, I didn't even have to break into my lunch bag because those ladies gave me a couple almond bars, bag of Doritos, and some Twizzlers. So, saving food just to eat more food. That's how we roll. How's my new hat looking? My new used hat. I kind of like it. Just some information. So this here is definitely an old burn. These are just new trees. Just another example, another forest fire in Oregon at this time. We got a couple fires north of us that we're monitoring because we might have to jump around them or find alternates around fires. But this is an old one. Cold soak ramen. It's what's for, I don't know, not lunch, but just second lunch or third lunch. I just eat every time I stop. Little information, little update, see what's going on. So, let me get in the shade so my wife don't yell at me. That's probably better. Sporting my hat. I still got the Buc-ee's hat, so I got 2 hats. And I got about, I don't know, another 3 miles possibly to camp, but 2 miles to water, and then I'll figure it out from there. Coming up on a roadway, that's always, questionable. Maybe I'll have some trail magic. We'll see. Let's go. Okay, day 110. There was no trail magic at the roadway. So let's go up and find this water cache. There's a beautiful water cache. All right, day 110, I have a decision to make. All right, I'm at a water cache. So there's water here. If I want to hike further, I have to go 7.7 miles to get more water. And it's uphill. But, get off me, fly. But it's only like 4:20 in the afternoon. So got to make those decisions. I think I'm going to go for the 7.7 uphill and camp after the top of the hill. Sounds like a good idea. It'll probably be a total of 30 miles or so. So we'll see how that goes. All right, we'll holler at you on the way up the hill. Day 1010. 1010. 110 continues. Okay, in Crater Lake National Park, there was not a single blowdown. I've been hopping over blowdowns ever since I left the top side of the park. Go figure. That there is Thielsen Summit. Good thing the PCT does not go up there, but some people climb it. Pretty cool. I gotta go downhill, and I like that. I'm done with the climb today. 2.2 miles to the creek and campsite, and I have a liter of water left. Doing good. One thing we worry about on the PCT is fires. That is not haze, that is smoke. There's a lake over there, but yeah, it's smoky, but I don't think there's a fire within 100 miles, but it blows the smoke our way. So far the air quality's been good, but it's kind of hazy, smoky. All right, just to keep you guys informed, information, I did have trail magic again today in the form of a seltzer water, a couple of little bags of chips, and some almond bars. They were really good. Never had them before. Just walking through Crater Lake, and of course they have, it's kind of along the roadway, but it's on the trail. And when you walk to a viewpoint, people are there, and it was awesome. So every day so far in Oregon, I've had some form of trail magic. Keep it up, Oregon. We're loving it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for day 110, Roses and Thorns. My rose today was Crater Lake National Park. That lake there is absolutely stunning. The views are stunning. Absolutely everything about it is stunning. I am going to take Lori there because it's awesome. Maybe we'll take our rig up in there. My thorn today, let's see, it's a simple one. I didn't see any wildlife today. No deer, just little rodents and chipmunks and squirrels, but I've seen deer a lot, almost every day. Not today. So I guess that's a thorn. All right, day 110, Roses and Thorns. Neon's got about 1 mile to camp. That's the other side of Mount Thielsen. There's actually some pockets of snow up there still. All right, ladies and gentlemen, from the comfort of my hammock, here is day 110 recap. Today, I did 31.5 miles. I had to think about it because from where I stayed last night, it's 34.5 miles. But I took an alternate, which is the rim trail, and it cuts off 3 miles from the PCT. I'm glad I did because the Crater Lake National Park is phenomenal. So that's a recap for day 110. It was a great day. 31.5 miles for an old guy ain't too bad. So we'll see you tomorrow. I'll take a picture of my hammock because it's a cool setup looking at Mount Thielsen off to my right.